Hello YouTube community, my name is the Jackgamer13 and today we're back with some more The Longest Journey. So, let us check our diary because something new has been put in here. Let's see, next. There we go. I've just been told the story of the balance by Vestrum Tobias, and I figured I should try to write this down while I still remember bits and pieces of it. Talk about cryptic history. Tobias lost me somewhere around the 12 and the 1. Like, excuse me? What? Anyway, I think I got the gist of it. So there are two worlds. One is Stark, the world of science, which is what I call Earth. And then there's Arcadia, the world of magic, which is what people here call Earth. Two Earths, then, which gets a little confusing, but not half as confusing as what came after. So a long, long time ago, there was just this one Earth, and this Earth had both magic and science. But mankind has always had a habit of screwing things up, and this is what they did on the original Earth. They got too powerful, learned how to move stars and be gods by combining the powers of magic and science. So an alien race, apparently, called the Drakekin, descended to interfere to prevent mankind from destroying their own world. One of the so-called kin founded this religious movement called the Sentinel, or the Fathers, who were self-appointed watchers over the balance between magic and science. The Sentinel were instrumental in dividing the Earth into two dimensions, Stark and Arcadia, science and magic respectively. They also put a woman in charge of controlling and channeling the balance between the two worlds, a guardian of the balance, as they call her, who lives in a tower in a sort of in-between realm, and is replaced every 1,000 years by a new guardian. So then life goes on for like thousands of years, until the Sentinel starts squabbling internally, and the Sentinel priests and Stark decide to break with their Arcadian friends and found this new cult, or whatever, called the Vanguard. The Vanguard want the worlds reunited, and they plan to do this by controlling the Guardian himself, or herself, depending. This is what they've been doing for a few hundred years now, destroying potential Guardians by performing experiments on them or something. My hand is starting to cramp up. I'm amazed I even remember half of this. Anyways, the current Guardian couldn't stay any longer, and he left this tower in the middle of nowhere, and now the balance is in danger. Apparently, chaos can really do some serious damage to both Stark and Arcadia, which does remind me of my dream. I'm not even sure if that's the right word anymore. With the black chaos thingy, the vortex that attacked me. That's probably a sign of what's going to happen if somebody doesn't do something to save the balance. And I'm sensing this coming on, because that's how it always goes in these things, that somebody is me. Because apparently I'm a strong shifter. Somebody has to find the Guardian, get him back to the tower, save the balance, and then do something about the Vanguard. Get them to see what they're screwing around with things, and that they shouldn't be screwing around with them. Hey, that's easy. I do that kind of thing before breakfast. The amount of Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass references that they've made is phenomenal. Like that, the last one there, I do that kind of stuff before breakfast. I'm not sure if they meant that intentionally, but that's also sort of like a nod to Imagine 7 Things Before Breakfast, 7 Impossible Things Before Breakfast, which was an actual quote, not just from the movie Alice in Wonderland that they did with Johnny Depp, but it was in, I'm pretty sure that was in Through the Looking Glass, when they were talking about the oh, I forgot about that, right. I right click instead of having to go up here. I can just boom. Anyway, what's next?
Excuse me. Do you know a man named Brian Westhouse?
Westhouse? That old goat? Yes, unfortunately. What would you with him?
I need to find him.
I do not know where he lives. I hear somewhere on the outskirts of the city by the sea, but I cannot tell you any more than that.
Who'd know about Westhouse?
His whereabouts? I do not understand what you would with him. He is rude, uncultured, and ignorant.
Cortez told me to look him up.
Well, I do not know where he lives or frequents, but someone at the market may. He trades merchandise there, and I think he collects maps of the Northlands.
Okay.
What do you know about Cortez?
Your mentor? What has he told you about himself?
Very little.
Not much. Nothing, in fact. He's a complete mystery to me.
To learn something about someone, the best way to go about it is to ask them yourself. There is nothing I can do to enlighten you.
But who is he?
He is who he is, what he is. If he has not told you himself, then perhaps he does not wish you to know. It would be improper for me to divulge his secrets.
You're as bad as he is. No offense. It's just frustrating.
But it's true.
I understand. The next time you see him, tell him what you have told me. Maybe he will tell you the truth, maybe he will not. It is his choice to make.
Yo, I'm getting some major mindfucks with this game. Like, they're saying some stuff that I never thought of, but that just sort of came naturally.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions about Arcadia?
I will try my best to answer any question you may have, April.
What's the history of Arcadia?
There is so much I do not know where to begin. In truth, it would be wiser to ask someone else, unless you wish to know about the Fathers, the Balance, or Mudhoppers.
Mudhoppers?
Yeah, I was about to say.
My secret passion. I study them. They are a most fascinating species. Most fascinating indeed. But I am not practically versed in the intricacies of history, I'm sorry to say.
What's Marcuria like?
I have lived in this city all my life, and still it amazes me what a diverse, exciting, and wonderful place it is. Many have called Marcuria the jewel of the Northlands, and they are right. But it is a diamond in the rough. A city this size can never be flawless. There are always shadows and people who hide in them. Lately, the shadows have grown and darkened, and I fear for the future. But Marcuria is still a wonderful place to live.
What else can you tell me about Marcuria?
Marcuria is the capital of Ireed, the unified country, and we are located on the southern coast of the Northlands, halfway between Tyran and Khorasan. Between the Snapjaw and the Gatebeast, some might call it. Between the embers and the fire. Yet democracy and peace have reigned for thousands of years now, and although relations may at times be strained with our tyrant neighbors, the High Council are masters of diplomacy. And Lord Igvandelin is a firm and just chief counselor of the Ireedan flag.
Okay, so they are a democracy. So my point about the people going with the will of the people may end up being correct. But I have only asked 2 people, and both of them were uninformed on the matters of the divide and such.
Tell me a little about Ireed.
Ireed means both unification and assembly in High Tongue, and many still call Ireed the unified country, even though it is an age and a half since the lands of the north joined together in alliance. Ireed stretches from the plains of Nedra in the north to the Great Sea in the south, and from the territories of Tyran in the west to the thick woodlands in the east. It is populated by humans and Dolmare, Tyran, and a number of other races. It is even said that a tribe of Venar have a ring of trees in Riverwood, though I am not sure that is anything but a myth.
What are the Northlands?
The Northlands is a collective term for all the lands north of the Great Sea, and south of the border mountains, including Ireed, Tyran, and Khorasan. Before, however, the word Northlands was used to describe this entire continent, including the territories north of the mountains and the icy wastes beyond that. Some still prefer the latter interpretation of the name, and to the people of the Southlands, anyone hailing from north of the Great Sea is a Northlander regardless.
Thanks for the information.
I'm glad I could assist you.
I'm glad that I could be assisted.
The only way to get back is through a shift. You are a shifter, April, and the power to travel between worlds is within you.
Doesn't look like it's coming out anytime soon.
I wish I could help you, but I cannot. You must find the path on your own.
I'll see you later.
Oh god. Welp. It's a good thing people don't understand colloquialisms, because that would have been an awkward conversation to have to explain to him. That was sarcasm, by the way. He didn't understand it, and I would have to explain to him, but April smartly did not. Well, let's touch the cups handler again, see if he's got any new information for us. We don't have any money yet, so...
How about a game of cups today?
Sorry, but I'm broke.
May the balance bring coin to your pocket, young lady, so that you may return to me and invest it in a game of cups.
I would love to invest. If only I could find a coin somewhere around here. Let's see if the maps merchant can give me any information about where he lives. Brian Westhouse, that is.
I'm looking for Brian Westhouse.
Briar West of House? It's not on any of my maps, and I've never heard of it. Maps!
It's a man, not a place. Mr. Brian Westhouse.
I would most certainly remember a name as queer as that, and I don't. Get your maps while they're fresh.
Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Yes, maps!
Thanks for your help.
Okay.
Maps!
Maps.
Bye.
Maps.
Get your fresh maps here. Buy 2, get the second one half price.
Oh, that'd be nice.
It's a talking bird.
It's a talking bird. Not just any bird, but a talking bird. So wait a minute.
What the hell kind of animal is that?
Is there anything I can do over here? There's this thing here.
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything
Can-
like it.
Can we not come over here and check out whatever this tent has? No? Okay, well. Out of the city we must go then. Okay, well, looks like, fish merchant.
I'm not in the market for an instrument at this particular moment. Still, good to know where to get one in case of a musical emergency.
I agree. Why does she walk so slow? Come on. Just get over to the man and look at him.
He's selling musical instruments.
Oh, of course he is. Interesting.
I'm not in the market for an instrument at this particular moment. Still, good to know where to get one in case of she's selling a variety of fresh fish.
Okay. The map does scroll, and I did not see this originally because I'm silly. Okay, cool.
This guy's selling lobsters, crabs, eels, and what the hell is that purple thing? That is so not appetizing.
Probably like a squid type dealy. And it probably is very delectable, so stop shitting on things you have not eaten. These boats are freaking ridiculous.
Blue fire. It's either propane or magic. I'm guessing the latter.
Nah, it's totally propane in a world without science. Totally propane. That goes back to the city gates, okay. Small pier.
The size of these galleons is truly breathtaking. And there are dozens of them, not to mention a number of smaller vessels. Mercuria must be a very important and very busy port. It's a lighthouse, much like the ones we have at home, except this one, of course, burns a blue fire.
So we got that ship there, and we got this small pier over here. So let's go to the small pier.
wouldn't feel too comfortable about sailing anywhere in that. It's like a toy boat for children.
It'd be good for like out and about, but not
It's a
like.
quaint, old-fashioned treasure chest. I wonder if there's anything exciting inside it, like doubloons or whatever they're called.
Doubloons are one of the things that coins can be called. Yes.
The old man in the ocean? Looks like a lifetime at sea has left its tracks on him.
And it be looking like a lifetime of shooting your mouth off be taking its toll on you.
Let us go talk to him after making such a wise crack.
Hello, old man.
I got me no treasure, and I got me no map of no buried treasure. I just be an old sailor with no ship, so leave us be.
Oh, he got a pipe. He's skinning a fish.
What are you doing?
Mending nets, of course. What it look like I be doing?
I thought you had a fish there. Okay.
I'm not well versed in maritime customs.
Mar what? Ah, yous mean sea life, dear not. Ah, the smell of the salty sea, the lapping of waves on your ship, the spray of cold water on your face, plump maidens in every part. Aye, I tell yous, I be having stories about the sea.
He's got quite an accent there.
What have you got in that chest?
What chest?
The chest you were sitting on.
The one you're sitting on.
Oh, that be no chest, girl. That be me stool. Aye, me stool, carved into the uncanny likeness of a chest.
Fair enough.
But what's in it?
No priceless treasure, that be for sure. Nothing at all. It be empty.
No, really. What's in the chest?
Oh, live snakes. Aye, snakes that'll bite your face off before you have time to jump. Better leave them be, then.
Care to share some of your maritime stories with me?
Matter what? Ah, tales of the sea, right? Sure, sweetie, I be happy to. Now, what stories be you wanted to hear, then?
Any tale of your exciting adventures will do.
Aye, I be having plenty of tales to tell. There be the tale of me adventures in the Baksheevan Empire, if you'd be interested.
Backshaven.
It'd be a tale of grand romance, just up your alley, be sure of it.
Yeah, that sounds like a fine story.
Sure, that sounds like a fine story.
Aye, it be near on 50 years ago that I was a mate on a sturdy old lady called the Three-Legged Whore.
The what?
The three-legged whore.
What do I be saying? She was called the Thrifty Horse, she was. Aye, that be her name. The Whittle Whatsit.
You don't remember the ship's name, do you?
Anyways, I be a young mate then, and we be anchored in Monterba, the grand western port of the once glorious Baksheevan Empire. I be having ship leave until the following evening, and it be me first visit to that exotic and dangerous port. So I sets out to have a look around. Now, bear in mind that Monterba be ruled by a mock. Like all large Baksheevan cities. In principle, the mock be having to report to and pay half of all taxes to the Emperor in Port Altaban. But with the Baksheevan Empire having all but crumbled into pieces, the provinces do be having the power to do pretty much as they be wanting. And so I sets out on me own that day to explore the city. Now, bear in mind that all the cities of the Southlands.
Yeah, I'd sit down. He's got a long story.
And that be me adventures in the once glorious empire of Bakshiva. And that be how I meet me bird. how I seduce and romance the Mock's daughter. How I be chased from Monterba by the Mock's soldiers, and how I be the first man to walk across the desert of Shangagriel, the wastelands, and how I be getting this awful rash on. Ah, girl, you do not be sleeping, do you?
I would have loved to have heard the story in totality.
What? Sleeping? No. Just concentrating really hard. Good story, though. Solid material. Ever consider doing a book?
I would never have sex with the book.
But the agents in Marcuria be bloodthirsty vampires with no thought but to milk your life's blood.
Oh, so they take an outrageous commission then?
No, they're literally vampires.
No. They actually be bloodthirsty vampires with a penchant for biting your neck when you ain't be looking.
Huh. Still curious about that chest.
Right. I be telling yous, curse the balance, girl. You never give up, do you? I be having no real treasure in here, like I told ye, but it be where I keep me personal articles and things I be picking up now and then on me travels. And me bed, it's where I be keeping me bed before I be losing him. I be a stupid old man. He be my best friend. I ain't nobody else around to talk to, you see, on account of him being a talking bird.
If you've got money, I can get him.
What happened to your talking bird?
I be cheated out of him. Aye, that cups handler on the marketplace be cheating me in a full game of cups, and I be having to give me bird up to try to win me money back.
And what happened?
He be taking me bird when I be choosing the wrong cup. Aye, my best friend taken from me. Cursed to be the balance. It be all lonesome now. The worst part is that me bird is now a prize to be won. A prize in the cups game. Beat the handler thrice and you win a prize of your choice, me poor bird.
What's your bird's name?
Bird.
Oh. I'd love to hear some more maritime stories.
That's what I.
Sure, sweetie, I be happy. What story you be wanting to hear now?
Any tale of your exciting adventures will do.
You want more? Damn be me wooden left ankle. I be having a great old tale to tell yous about how I be coming to have me wooden pecker. All began.
You know what? On second thought, forget about it.
No, I want to hear the story. I want to hear that story, please.
Ah, yous young'uns all be always running around. Everything be so important. He's be having no time to sit down and take a breath. So go. Be not wasting your time here with me.
It's just a boring old non-treasure chest.
That's what he wants you to think. But in actuality, it's just a boring old non-treasure chest. That man has no legs. Anyway, we're going to talk to the sailor here next time round. Until then, my name's the Jacob at 13, and I'm signing out. I will catch you all later.